How do you plan to do 3 times a day? Like how you said you batch or like you come up with your ideas.
Mhm.
Like how do you specifically then plan three for say like for next week, right? Like for next
Mhm.
week you've got you that's 21 posts technically. Like
Mhm.
how are you like creating those ideas and bucketing them into days and then deciding they're all going to go out? I'm curious, like, are you building them all this week to go out next week, or some on the day, some the day before? Like, I just with that volume of posting, I'm curious of like how you actually manage that like consistently because clearly you can. Um,
Yeah, there's not that much science behind it. So typically what happens is at the end of every Twitch stream, like I mentioned,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like have all these stream markers. So then I go through and before I edit anything into YouTube videos, I will look for the highlights that are TikTok videos. So some highlights that I know were only short. It took me a minute to answer. TikTok videos. I will just edit all of those TikTok videos in that one sitting, and then I schedule them out. So if people watch my content, they probably notice that like typically the edited videos there won't be two edited videos that go out in one day unless it's like a sponsored piece. So when those like videos I edit with my camera up above,
mhm,
etc., that goes like however many. Let's say in that sitting after I'm done streaming, I edited four. I'll just schedule them out one, two, three, four on the next day. So the next day is the first one, and then up until I run out of content. So that will be my first post of the day. Then if I filmed any trends, I push the trends out as quickly as possible.
mhm.
So because it's a very time sensitive thing. So I'm like, okay, if this trend is needed today, or like if this trend like popped off yesterday, I'm gonna post it today. So sometimes I will post like two trend videos in a day as well, if it was just necessary to the timeline. But I typically try to space it out like one trend video a day. The last one that I post is the time doesn't matter thing, where it's just like an educational piece, like an OBS tip video.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
could go out like today, that could go out 2 months from now, and it would probably do the same, close
yeah.
enough. So those ones are kind of like
Okay,
all in the backlog, and those aren't really time sensitive.
yeah.
But I do take into account if I had a previous video on the same topic that blew up. So I had a video that I made talking about how much I made in September, and that one like did really well.
Yeah.
So I looked through, I was like, all my sponsorship related content, I just like moved to the forefront. So I just started posting more of my pre-filmed sponsorship
Okay.
type content. If any like OBS tip video or whatever goes to the back burner because I want it to be relevant to the video that blew up, because that meant that I got more followers that were interested in that one topic. So I should go and give them the content they're interested in.